There are so many La Roche-Posay products that just aren't worth your money. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Nicole James. I'm a cosmetic doctor and an internal medicine doctor who loves everything skincare. Today, we need to talk about one of the biggest dermatology-backed brands in the world. La Roche-Posay has a huge global presence and they're owned under the big conglomerate L'Oreal. I want to go through the best and the worst La Roche-Posay products. Whilst they have a lot of widely accessible products, the brand claims that all of their products have been clinically tested. However, many of these studies are brand sponsored, observational, and may not reflect the best quality of evidence. I want you guys to know what you're buying and if it's actually going to serve you. So let's break it down. What's actually worth your money and what really should just go in the trash. Let's talk about their worst products and why I really don't recommend you pick these up. The first is going to be very controversial. The Anthelios UV Mune Invisible Fluid. This one is only available in the EU and I can see why a lot of people like it. It does actually provide amazing UV protection. However, I don't think the finish goes onto your skin very nicely. It's very greasy. It just doesn't have a nice finish. It also has a lot of denatured alcohol. Now, alcohol is not necessarily a bad thing in skincare. It can be really helpful when you're formulating a product. However, this has a lot of alcohol in it, which can be very drying, especially if you have sensitive skin. So on one hand, it's making you greasy, but then it's also drying out your skin. Just not a great formulation for me, although I love the sun protection. The reason why it's not available in the States is because it uses UV filters that are not FDA approved. Doesn't mean they're bad. In fact, they're really good and very innovative, but unfortunately, it's rather hard to get over in the US. Because this just doesn't leave the skin feeling very nice, I'd really recommend going with Korean sunscreens. They have just as amazing UV protection, but they go on beautifully onto your skin. This one from iUnique is my new current obsession. It's very moisturizing, it goes on beautifully onto the skin, no white cast. I just think there's way better formulations out there and the Roche-Posay are kind of being left behind when it comes to the sunscreen game. So level up, go for a Korean sunscreen. I'll leave some more recommendations on the screen as well of my favorites. And the best part is they are way cheaper. So give those ones a go and thank me later. The Anthelios Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. This one is only available in the US and it's even worse than the UV Mune. This is not going to be terrible for a lot of you. Unfortunately though, if you have a darker skin tone, you are really going to struggle with this formulation. It just does not blend well into the skin. That you have to try and use for this product to actually get decent sun protection. You're gonna look crazy. Unfortunately, you're going to look crazy. I was really excited when I saw that La Roche-Posay were coming out with these mineral tinted sunscreens because using a mineral sunscreen when you have a darker complexion is impossible. So the prospect of a good tinted one just had me so excited. And now I've moved to the US, I thought, great, I can give this a go. No. It's a no from me, unfortunately. I hate to say it. I have not been impressed with a lot of the mineral tinted sunscreens when it comes to darker skin tone. If you really want to get great sun protection that blends beautifully into your skin, just go for a chemical sunscreen. The Effaclar Cleanser. This cleanser contains 2% salicylic acid. Here's why I don't like it. The bottle states that you need to use this every single day. For most of you, using salicylic acid on your face every single day is going to damage your skin barrier and you're going to wonder why your skin is dry, flaky, and breaking out. And it's because you're using this product every single day on top of your other actives. You might be able to tolerate it if this is the only active you use. Most people, when they're doing skincare, they're using 10 million different other things. So I just wouldn't recommend using a salicylic acid cleanser in your daily routine. But if you want to, this one is insanely expensive for just no reason. If you really want to use a salicylic acid cleanser, I don't recommend it, but if you're dead set on it, you could just use a cheaper one from CeraVe, or there's so many own brand ones that just do the same job. If you want to use salicylic acid, however, I would recommend having a dedicated toner or serum to do the job. This way you can use it once a week and have that nice layer of exfoliation without overstripping your skin by using it every single day. The problem with the salicylic acid cleanser is you can't really use it every day. And you have to buy another cleanser to use on the days where you're not using it. It's too much. Just avoid the salicylic acid cleanser altogether. Just buy a separate salicylic acid serum if you really want, especially if you're on that oilier side. Salicylic acid can be really helpful for clearing up the buildup of sebum that lies in your skin and in your pores. Not trashing salicylic acid, I just don't like it as a cleanser. And this one is expensive for no reason. The Toleriane Micellar Cleanser. I personally do like micellar water. It can be a very effective way to take off your makeup. However, tell me why this micellar water is $20. There is nothing special in this that makes it need to be $20. That price for a micellar water personally offends me. I never recommend this to someone. There are so many affordable micellar cleansers out there. At this point, you're buying this product, you're literally just buying it for the name, and that is what we do not do with skincare. We buy based on ingredients and great formulations, And this is giving nothing special, so we don't need to spend $20, okay guys? It also has fragrance in it, which in my opinion is extremely unnecessary. You don't need fragrance in a micellar water. It should be bland and helpful for taking off your makeup. Probably my least favorite La Roche-Posay product of all time. The Effaclar Duo+. Again, I feel like this is going to be quite a controversial one. The reason why I don't like this product is because it is marketed as a moisturizer. You can tell by the tiny tube and the tiny spout it has that this is not really meant to be used as a moisturizer. It contains salicylic acid, which is great for helping with acne and sebum control. But using this every single day on top of your other actives, it's going to be way too harsh for your skin and may damage your skin barrier. If you really want to use this, I'd recommend using it as a spot treatment at most, but using this as a moisturizer every single day will be a recipe for disaster for a lot of you. Instead, opt for a hydrating moisturizer that is gentle for everyday use and does not contain actives like salicylic acid. When you're creating your skincare routine, guys, you want to be as gentle as possible, and when you're using an active, you want to use it with purpose and control. For example, if you're using retinol as your active, you want to try and limit the amount of other actives that you're using at that one time. Use your retinol at night and then don't use anything else. In the morning, if your skin can tolerate it and you want to use a salicylic acid, do it then, but you can't just throw everything together. It's going to destroy your skin, and I've seen it time and time again. The Hyalu B5 Serum. I don't like a lot of La Roche-Posay serums, but if I get into every single serum, this video is gonna be way too long. I wanted to highlight this one because of the crazy claims that it makes. This is just a hyaluronic acid serum. Nothing crazy, nothing special. I've got nothing against hyaluronic acid serums. I think they're a little bit redundant personally, because a lot of moisturizers contain hyaluronic acid, but they do feel nice on your skin, and I like how they make my skin look before I put on makeup, so I do use them sometimes. But this one makes the most crazy claim. The brand claims that this has anti-aging properties, which hyaluronic acid does not have anti-aging properties. Also claims that it will plump the skin. Hyaluronic acid can have a plumping effect in the moment, but it's not going to give you a long-term plumping of your skin. Hyaluronic acid has not been proven to be anti-aging whatsoever. It's nice and hydrating, which can help with the appearance of wrinkles in the short term, but it's not going to anti-age you in the long term. Things like retinol are going to be way better for that. Also, with this hyaluronic acid serum specifically, it's very sticky, the texture, and I hate that. It also has fragrance, which is, it doesn't need to have fragrance. Like, why are they throwing fragrance in every single product? And lastly, it's way more expensive compared to loads of other hyaluronic acid serums. Again, I like to recommend things that are effective, but also affordable, and this is just not one of them. There are loads of affordable hyaluronic acid options on the market, so you can skip this one and just try something else. And lastly, the Effaclar Astringent Toner. This toner has so much fragrance in it. In fact, the second ingredient on the list is fragrance. Guys, when you read the ingredients in a product, and I need you guys to be reading the ingredients of your products that you're putting on your beautiful face, the ingredients go in the order of the amount with which they have. A lot of products will have water as their first ingredient, which is perfect. It just means it's a water-based product. The second highest ingredient in this formula is fragrance. I'm not saying fragrance is inherently bad, but can be really irritating. If you have dry skin, it's likely you're going to struggle with this product. So that's all the products that I absolutely hate. Let me know if you tried any of those products. Maybe you actually love them. Let me know in the comments. I love to hear you guys' opinions and what you think of the products as well, because your experience with them is also super important. Let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to some of my favorites, the ones that I would actually really recommend for you to pick up. Cicaplast Baume. So many people are using this wrong. This product is not meant for your whole face, okay? Do not use this as a daily moisturizer, especially if you have acne prone skin. It's likely gonna break you out everywhere. There is a correct way to use this. It is great for areas of your skin that are super chapped, or if you're suffering with a damaged skin barrier. It's also great for areas of really eczema prone skin. The reason why Cicaplast Balm is so amazing is because it's an occlusive emollient. It contains ingredients like shea butter and dimethicone, which really help to retain the moisture in your skin. It helps to seal in micro cracks and tears that can lead to really chapped skin and eczema. It also reduces transepidermal water loss, and all that means is that your skin is losing water. When your skin loses water, it makes it more dry, it makes it harder for wounds to heal, and it can just contribute to a damaged skin barrier. Cicaplast Balm really helps to stop that. It also contains macroside, which is an anti-inflammatory ingredient, really helpful for helping with irritated skin, and panthenol, which is a humectant, which upregulates gene repair and generally supports the lipid barrier in your skin, helping your skin to feel calmer and just more soothed. Just overall a great product. Just remember to use it correctly and you will absolutely love this product. The Serozinc Spray. This is hands down one of my favorite hydrating sprays. Again, a lot of of people use it incorrectly. This is great for people with rosacea or really dry skin who just struggle to retain water in their skin. Now, instead of just randomly spraying it on your skin throughout the day, which is what I see most people do, I'd recommend using this in your skincare routine to maximize the amount of hydration in your skin. Use it between hydrating serums to lock in that moisture and really help it carry throughout the day so that you get less dry. Zinc is an ingredient with amazing anti-inflammatory properties. It's also antibacterial, so it's going to help to reduce the amount of breakouts you have whilst keeping you really hydrated. There's very strong evidence with multiple randomized controlled trials to suggest that zinc plays a role in mild to moderate acne and helping to reduce the amount of breakouts that you have. So this can be a great addition to anyone's routine who's trying to calm down irritated and inflamed skin, also reduce the amount of breakouts. Don't expect crazy results for the breakouts, but it can definitely be helpful. The Mela B3 Serum, one of the most underrated products from Roche-Posay of all time. And I don't understand why it's so underrated, honestly. This product uses an ingredient called Melasil, which is actually patented by L'Oreal. It binds to inactive precursors of melanin, including L-DOPA and DHI. Therefore, it prevents these molecules from being involved in melanin production. You know when you get those areas of hyperpigmentation after a spot? That's because there's too much melanin in that area, and this product helps to prevent the overproduction of melanin in a different mechanism than the traditional tyrosinase inhibitors that I usually recommend for people, especially in darker skin tones. Now, they haven't conducted a lot of randomized control trials for this, but they've used some observational studies, so take it with a pinch of salt. But after 84 days, people noticed a 60% reduction in the visibility of the hyperpigmentation that they had. I know 84 days is a long time, but with hyperpigmentation, we are in it for the long game. This can be a great addition to a hyperpigmentation routine, especially because when we're treating hyperpigmentation, we want to attack it from multiple angles and not just treat the same pathway. And this is just another amazing pathway that we can utilize to treat your hyperpigmentation. So very underrated, can really be helpful in treating your hyperpigmentation and giving you that even tone, gorgeous skin. The Lipikar Balm. This is an amazing body moisturizer that I cannot recommend enough. This balm can be amazing for people with eczema or just super dry skin, or if you're really trying to just keep your skin very hydrated with minimal extra fluffy ingredients. Now, this product actually does have some pretty good evidence behind it. They conducted a very large multi-center observational study looking at patients who had eczema, and after 2 months they found some pretty significant improvements. Over 90% of the participants reported some sort of improvement after using this cream for 2 months, and literally 82% of them said they had a better quality of life after using this cream when it comes to eczema. So that just shows it can be really effective, or at least the people who use it feel like it's effective to them. Now, it's not a big randomized control trial, don't get me wrong, but those numbers are pretty impressive, I have to say. It's just a great moisturizer, so I definitely recommend just giving this one a go, especially if you suffer with sensitive, eczema-prone skin. So that's it for my best and worst of La Roche-Posay. Let me know if you've tried any of these products, good or bad. I need to know your thoughts in the comments. I had a couple of comments asking me to review Paula's Choice, Quarterly, and Bioma. So if you're interested in those, let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer those as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.